series there. You closed to 1.
Yeah.
They go 3-3, and I guess close 10-2. Is that where you sensed everything kind of was decided?
I thought that was a key stretch of the game. We needed to finish that quarter and be tied or ahead and have some momentum. And that quick run they went on got it right back to 10, and it slipped away from there. But they were amazing tonight. I mean, they were 19 for 32 from 3. Put on a clinic, and they played a great game, so they got us.
They're such a penetrating kick team. Was there issues with your, on-ball defense there to allow that, or what did you think? Collapse, over help? Or? They
put a lot of pressure on you with the small pick and roll, and they've got Holmgren out at the 3-point line. So they spread you out. They've got shooters everywhere, and they got a lot of size. Positionally, their guards between Shai and Giddey and Williams, they can all get downhill and find people. So it's team's really well put together, well coached, and they hammered us tonight.
Hey, Coach, so early before the game, you spoke about, putting more points up, obviously, to win the game than the other team. That said, 48 points, you outscored them points in the paint, outscored them second chance point, just barely tied or, just under them fast break points. But then you guys fall tonight. From a game plan perspective, what went wrong and what went right, knowing that you were coming in without the guys that you didn't have tonight?
Not a lot went right. I mean, they took it to us from the beginning. Our transition defense was bad. We lost Isaiah Joe in transition for his first shot of the game. It's a wide open corner 3. We didn't locate him. And a shooter like that, if you give him a wide open look, the floodgates can open up, and that's what happened. Then they ran a few nice plays for him, and he popped free and knocked down shots. But, he's 7 for 7. Giddey goes 3 for 3. And they make 19 threes. It's going to be tough to win this game.
I guess it's not big picture, so we'll call it medium picture, while you're waiting for Steph to come back and Draymond to come back. What were some of the things that tonight illustrated that you guys will really have to focus on without those 2 players?
Well, we got to be grittier. We got to show more spark and energy defensively. We've got to put up a better fight. It just felt like they got anything they wanted. We had a lot of miscommunications on pick and roll coverages, and anytime you're in a rut like this, I mean, we're obviously in it right now, 5 losses in a row. So when you're in that state, there's only one way out, and that's to dig your way out of it, and you got to fight and compete, and that's what we have to do.
Klay obviously struggled shooting again. Do you want him to kind of try to get going? You can't tell Klay not to shoot, obviously.
Right.
So what's the conversation there? What's the emphasis for him?
Yeah, just to be patient. I mean, it's tough. They loaded up on him and made it really tough on him. They had Dort draped all over him, doing a good job defensively, and we weren't really able to create any space for him. With our lineups and with the with our offense, they just kept him really smothered, and he was trying to get his own shot, and he took a lot of tough ones. And so out of frustration, I think he's just trying to get himself going. But we got to try to find a way to get him some cleaner looks.
Kuminga looked like he definitely started to get rolling there in the third quarter. Is that about the best you've seen him kind of just on both ends tonight?
Yeah, I think he did a good job out there. Was attacking. Good to see him get to the rim a couple times, and he had a good run.
Gary's ankle, does it seem like it might be serious? Or
X-rays were negative. That's all I've heard, so I don't know about Saturday. Thanks.
Hitting threes, and then what's it like when they're just almost hitting every 3 they put up there?
Yeah, it's tough. Isaiah had a really good game, knocked down a lot of shots, but we got to make those shots a little bit tougher. Pay attention to the coverages, pay attention to what they did tonight, see what we can build on for the next game.
We've talked, obviously your minutes have gone up and down throughout your career here. When there's Draymond out and Steph out, do you think you're going to get some more minutes, and how did you think you did with them tonight?
All I can do is work towards the ultimate goal, which is a win, and we didn't get that tonight. Everything else is what it is. I knocked down some shots. but we didn't come out with the win, so that's the ultimate goal.
What are the, when two centerpieces like Draymond and Steph aren't out there, what are you guys saying to each other about the adjustments you have to make, what you just have to do to survive without them?
Yeah, I mean, that changes a lot for sure, just in the way that we play. Rotations and different sets and looks, like you're in a lot of different situations than you are when they're on the floor. So that kind of changes the game up a little bit. But paying attention to it, knowing that it's going to be a little bit different, but, got to attack everything head on. So seeing what pieces we have out there on the floor and seeing how we can make it work.
Like you said, you knocked some shots down tonight, 50% from the three. But then on top of that, you guys, Kuminga had a really great game, right? But then, like you said, OKC, they got off from the three. That said, when you make a push in the second quarter towards halftime and then make a push to keep it tight in the third, what's the feeling when is it kind of deflating when you still don't come out with the win, or are you guys kind of just still staying afloat?
Definitely still staying afloat, but obviously, working towards the goal for a win and then not getting that's going to be a little bit deflating, as you said. But, when you lose a couple games in a row, I wouldn't necessarily say it's deflating as much as it is charging up. Like, we need to, we feel it now. Everybody's motivated. We need to get a win. So I think we're going to be playing like that next game.
We all know how well this team played at Chase here last year. 1-5 at home. Does that just kind of stun you? Is it weird not to have success at home?
A bit weird, as you said. Different than the norm. But I mean, we see what it is. It's still early in the season. We gotta pay attention to that as a stat, and just come out with wins, home and away. Last year was kind of flipped. Struggle on the road, great at home. So, every season is going to look a little bit different, a lot different, and this is just a case of that. And we just got to do what we got to do to get wins at home.
One more for you. With Draymond out suspended for 5 games, obviously 4 now after this one, what's missing in the locker room? Is there like a silence there, or kind of some motivation missing? Because everybody talks about him being the heartbeat of the team, and when he's not even in the arena, is there a change when it comes to the guys and galvanizing the guys, getting the troops together? Is it a change there?
Yeah, good question. Like we said, with the absence of Steph and Dre, it's going to be different. It's going to be a different look. But CP3 is also a vocal leader that we haven't had in the past years. So he adds a lot to that gap. I mean, it obviously is something missing there on the vocal side, just his large presence not being there. But we have a lot of guys stepping up, more communication, and I feel like that's definitely been something that CP3 is kind of taking on for himself to kind of close that gap. But we obviously will miss Trey in the locker room.
Great, cool, thank you. A few guys up here, sort of going to come on down.
Jonathan, just what kind of, you obviously started tonight, but what helped you find that rhythm tonight and get going?
I had a couple talk with certain people, just to keep me in check, keep motivating me. And I felt like we was down a couple people, and it's something really needed, just to go out there and give it all you got. And I think it should be the same thing every single day, but obviously going out there, focusing on just playing hard every position and trying to help the team, trying to help us win. But we didn't get the win, but obviously it was just to go out there and just give all you got.
What do you mean to keep you in check in terms of just like keeping you engaged, keeping you doing what you
just
were
keep
doing?
me involved, clearing my mind, like.
Yeah.
It,
How important is that for you to do right now, especially when you're down Steph and Draymond, but particularly Draymond in your case?
I mean, we're trying as much. I mean, obviously with everybody else, we're just trying as much to win games and keep everything going until everybody gets back.
When you look at when you look at tonight, obviously, you guys didn't get the win, but outside of that, one of the big talking points is that no one outside of Steph for a while scored over 20 points, right? Well, you did that tonight. But then on top of that, you seem to be having fun. And you mentioned that it was conversations that help you to clear your mind. Without giving away, obviously, private information, how do those conversations go? What are they saying to you that helps you to clear your mind ahead of a game?
I mean, well, the 20 point don't even matter, but just keeping you engaged, especially days where we don't have everybody. Just those talk help you to be involved and stay engaged.
Is it specific things that they say that speak to you, that kind of resonate with you, that kind of get you locked in on a game and ready to play?
Just pretty much stay locked in every single time. Yeah.
Jonathan, what is team morale like right now? Not just because like you have players out, but it's now been 5 games in a row that you guys have lost, 4 at home.
We have a good spirit. Everybody in a good spirit. There's nobody really worried about what's going on because it's just small things that we got to figure it out. And I feel like everybody is on the same page. Everybody has a good spirit. Just some things we got to clear, but obviously we're going to be fine.
What do you think you specifically can do to try to help the team get back on a winning track?
Just going out there and just being an athlete, playing hard on defense, bringing energy. That's pretty much it.
Do you mind sharing who was sort of in your ear and if and sort of your take on what they were telling you, the advice that they were giving you, and how you're checking yourself mentally?
Man, everybody on the team. It's like a family. Pretty much everybody. Whoever just feel like talking to me, come and talk to me. It don't matter. There is not any specific person who I'll say can talk to me, but pretty much everybody. Just talking to everybody on the team is not just me. Just keep our spirits high because, when you lose in a row, everybody's spirits kind of go down, but that wasn't the case. It's just, I know everybody in a good spirit, but you need just people to come and talk to you so you could keep the same spirit and just go out there and just perform.
Cool. That's it. Great. Thank you.
Cal OKC Thunder. Chet, they put quite a bit of game pressure on you all in that third quarter, cut it to 1. What did you notice out there that you guys either executed on or just maybe your approach to have the poise you needed to break the game back open?
We did a great job of playing together and playing for each other. At the end of the day, that's what got us really good looks. And shout out to our team. We made some really big shots. Isaiah was out there cooking and really pushed the lead at the end of the game. So, and credit to all the dudes who were finding him. Just overall a great team effort.
They shot, I think, 41%. Just wanted to ask you about kind of the half court, the first shot defense, and the way that you guys were able to force a lot of misses tonight.
Yeah, we didn't want to let them come in and beat us doing what they wanted to do. I feel like we did a really good job of making them look towards the second option, the third option, second side, third side. Really have to move the ball to find a look, and we put a lot of pressure on them in the half court, and it showed in the stats.
Chet, Mark talked some about tinkering with the lineup to kind of offset Looney and the glass and whatnot, and he mentioned it over the course of the game, by the fourth quarter, the glass and defense on Looney kind of stabilized. Just what did you see there over the course of the game?
Long shots make long rebounds, and when you're really scrambling, you really got to try and find a body because that ball could go anywhere, and they're sending dudes to the glass. So it's a big rebounding night in terms of what we got to key on, and credit to them. They did a great job hustling on the glass, and we got to come back and be better for that on Saturday.
Chet, is there over here? Is there some sense in your mind that this is just a trade-off? Some of the rebounding stuff, the number of playmakers you guys can put on the floor, the havoc you can kind of create defensively with the lineup you have, that you'll just have to give up some of that?
I feel like that's kind of somewhat of like a cop-out, or excuse, I guess. Yes, we have a lot of great playmakers out there on the floor, a lot of people who can make plays with the ball. And because of that, our offense is doing really good early on in the season. And one of the downsides right now is we're not rebounding as well as we need to be. But we're not looking at it like that's just what it is. We're looking at it as something that we have to be better at. And it's going to take time figuring it out. But that's why we play 82 games. We got 70, 60, 69, 70, 71 left.
We got 70 games.
70. Man. I dropped out, so I can't do math anymore.
Chet, obviously, Klay Thompson obviously didn't have it going tonight, 1 of 6 from 3, and Lou had a big role in that, but Mark gave you a lot of credit for being really high in those screens, getting up there and contesting. Just what was that sort of assignment like for you defensively, having to get up and help on a shooter like that as well?
Whatever is needed in any game, whatever coach asks me to execute, that's what I'm going to go out and try and do. And credit to him and my teammates for putting me in a position to be successful. Obviously a great player like Klay Thompson, you don't want to make anything easy for him, so just really making sure that you're out there and making those looks tough. And I feel like we did that tonight as a team. It wasn't just one person guarding him the whole game. It was Kaysen, it was Lou, it was me, it was whoever was switched on him. We did a lot of flying around on defense, and credit to our whole team for really keying in on the game plan.
You guys use so many different players as the screener and the roller. So much good action came off of like a Kaysen roll or a Kenrich roll. As a shot blocker, a guy that's down there, how difficult is that for opposing teams to deal with that type of guard-to-guard screening and having those guys dive to the rim like that?
It's definitely a different look than what a lot of teams see. A lot of teams just see the big screening and rolling all night long, and it pulls what's usually the best rim protector out of the paint, and it forces the other team to have a smaller person at the rim, or no person at the rim at all. So it's just kind of trying to figure out different ways that we can create advantages, and that's one of them. We have a lot of different ways of doing that, but that's been successful for us.